Hi, I'm Alex. Welcome back to a July update for our Halvorsen build. We're down on the ground floor at the moment. I just want to show you our engine room access door. So at the moment we've got two pieces here. This is the inner skin here, which has been primed for painting. And you'll see a more substantial part of the door here. So the piece you just saw goes on top of here. This has all been masked up because we're high building, fairing it. This will get painted in white for the inside part of the door and eggshell white for the exterior part that's in the cabin. We've got polished stainless steel hardware and that to fit on here, big rubber gasket, and you'll notice a big hole in the middle. So what we're doing here is we're actually putting a porthole in, so that way you can actually stand in the accommodation and look into the engine room. That way if there's a fire or smoke or something going on in there, you can have a look before you actually decide if you need to go in or not. So that's what we're doing there. We will show you an update with it on the vessel as we get closer to installation. Okay, here we are in the galley section where Scotty's doing the build. This is an overhead module which goes against the aft bulkhead of the galley. Just about finished that one there. If you come around here, you'll see again an update on what we've already showed you. But a couple of interesting things I wanted to point out. We had a couple of sections here which were pretty much a nothing space. So we decided that we're going to use these as pull-out shelving. So you got like spices and bottles and things like that. So we did that on this side, and we've done the same thing on this side. We measured bottles. We actually brought some in and made sure that everything's going to fit, because there's no point making cupboards and that if they're not. Underneath here, you can see the section which covers over the engine room air vent installation or inlets. So again, with a boat, a lot of things are compromised. So we've had to make the section like that, basically to go around the sink, allow for the plumbing, and obviously get air going into the engine room. This side here, dishwasher's just about ready to go. We've got all our drawer fronts and that in. You can see all the push button catches. So everything's done here. Got all stainless steel hardware. Probably in another week we should have this up in the vessel, so the next time we give you an update you should be actually looking at this in the boat, in the galley area, and we'll have the bulkheads in, we'll have the overheads mocked up on the top as well. What we have to do is we've got to scribe them in to the vessel. So being that a boat, nothing's real square, it's all odd shapes, you make this, you go to put it in, there's going to be gaps everywhere. So what we do is we actually fit it up against the bulkheads and make sure that we then cut along the right lines and there's no gaps. What we're looking at here is some of the components and capping for the saloon furniture. So in a moment we're going to go up and have a look. But what we've got here, these are the tops for the cabinets. These are some of the corner mouldings and some of the kickers. And when we go up into the salon, you'll be able to understand what it's all for. As you can see by the conglomerate of wiring everywhere now, we're starting to get all the AC and the DC electric sorted out, designed as well. So it's all been done on CAD. All the wiring is going to be labelled. It's all proper tinned boat cable as well, as you can tell by the white sheath and that. And we're using white split loom tube as well, because it all looks nice and pretty. In the saloon here, I pointed it out earlier, I made a mention of it with some of the top caps and things like that. That's for these cabinets here. So basically the kitchen finish with the silky oak veneer, the 60mm corner rounds and things like that is carried right through the whole boat. So at the moment we've just set all this in here because what we've got is we've got four cupboard doors here. So this is going to be a lower cabinet. They all have 2 inches added on top of here, which is basically the silky oak boxing that goes around it, and then a Korean top. This one here drops down, and this is going to be an open bookcase, and then on top of here will be a lamp. Then this one here is a little bit higher than this one, okay, and behind here is the TV lift. So what will happen is you'll be able to press a remote button and the TV is going to pop out of the countertop, and you can watch TV back here. We'll have a sound bar and all the usual sort of stuff to go with the entertainment system, and in the front of it will be some more cupboard doors. What the issue we had was where to put the fan units for the air conditioning, because again, when you design something and then when you start to build it, it all changes a little bit. we incorporated a davit on the back of the Flybridge, and that's actually taken up the space where we were going to put the fan unit, so we had to change. So what we're going to do is the fan unit's going to go here, which means we've had to increase the height a little bit, and this was supposed to be a bookcase as well, open bookcase to match the other side. But what we're going to do, this is going to be a cabinet. It's going to have the fan unit in it, and we're going to have another little locker door here because we needed access to the fuel fillers and the breathers. Plus, it's not in at the moment, but there's actually a duct here for the air conditioning outlet, which goes up here, and then it's going to come out through our pelmet like we've been showing you downstairs. Okay, so here we are in the galley area. I hinted again downstairs. Next time we do an update, you should see all the galley furniture in here, all right? What you can see at the moment though is the ducting that we've put in place for the engine room ventilation on both sides. Here, we didn't really have any restrictions, so you can see that's how we wanted to design it and install it. On the port side though, obviously we've had to make a compromise for the galley sinks and the plumbing, so that's why it looks a little bit different shape. We've also added in here inspection ports too, so that way we've got to clean filters or we need to get in there for some reason, we can do that. Okay, here we are in the wheelhouse or lower helm. You can see on the back bulkhead just earlier, we've got a lot of the electrical drawings and schematics for most of the vessel. Here we are, this is the area where we're going to have the helm, all the electronics. We're getting that all mocked up shortly, and we'll show you a bit more detail in that when it comes along. You'll see the panelling across the front here. That's where the air conditioning outlets will be. We're going to put a lot into this space because Australia is damn hot. Overhead panels here, and you can see the Hepworth wipers in the top there. We made a point of putting in access panels as well so you can service these. And a big thing with this build is that we're thinking a lot about how serviceability down the track, because you don't want to build a boat and entomb things that you just can't fix if something's going to wear out. And things do wear out on a boat no matter how good you build it and how good the componentry are, but you need to be able to service it. Okay, here we are in the cubby house under the lower helm or the wheelhouse helm. And what Mark's currently doing in here is actually putting landers and putting in all the cable trays. So as you can see, it's all got to be perfectly cut and mitered so it all looks good. It is dry fitted because it'll all come out again, and all these blocks and landers and things that you see will all be painted, so they'll be all gloss white and sealed, and then we'll have nice screws and things like that, fasteners holding it all together. Then the electricians will come in and start connecting all their wiring. And not only do you have to do it down here, you've got to do it up here, and then the bulkhead size of things is going to have transformers and all sorts of bus bars and things fastened to it. So in the coming months, it's going to get very, very crowded in here. Okay, here we are on the top deck now, so we're just getting set up to paint. So probably within another week, so around about probably 10 days time, this will be all gloss white with the final coats on it. As you can see, we've made little provision for where the navigation lights go. Part of that was because the sides of the vessel taper in, and I didn't want to have the navigation lights on the piss, so we wanted them vertical. Up there you can see the targa arch. We haven't got that prepped for paint yet because that's actually going to be teak. So that's going to have a teak veneer on it, so that's not going to be included in the gloss white. You've got obviously the little bit of the skirt on the side here and your tow rail running aft. What's getting sanded at the moment is the scuppers. You'll see those, we've got those. And the way we work this out, because if you have a look, maybe Ron can show you a shot down, looking down the line of the vessel. It's not straight, it's like a banana. So in order to work out where we needed to put the scuppers, we got a big ball bearing. And I can't remember the name of that Italian game with the balls, right? You see them here in Perth playing on the lawn all the time. So what you do is you put one of those big stainless steel balls on the deck, and it goes back and forward like this, and then where it stops is the lowest point of the deck. That's where you need to put your scupper, so the water's going to run out. There's no point putting one where it's not going to go. So anyway, look, that's all I can talk about today for our latest update, or the first one for July. The boys are starting to come back to work now, so we're going to have to cut it off, but you're not going to be able to hear me.